Now we are going to perform what? Earned value analysis, which is the most important part of the cost. Earned value analysis. In the meantime, we will do the management also. Our language, in terms of processes, what we are doing, we are calculating the performance
information.
To perform this thing earned value analysis or management, we have three variables given. What are three variables? Planned value, or it is also called as budgeted cost of work schedule. We also have another thing, earned value or budgeted cost of work performed. And we have another thing which is actual cost or actual cost of work performed. What are these things? Let me give you a small example. Planned value is what? Planned value is what? If I need to make this room, so project scope is room. How much amount you need to complete the room? Cost, let's say 100,000. Duration. This is my planned value. You can understand this, right? What we call planned value, what we have planned, that I need to make a room. The cost to make a room is 100K and duration is 30 days. What is earned value? The amount of work you have performed. Imagine if I am checking my progress on 15th day. According to my planned value, I should have spent 50K, right? And I should have finished 50% of the work.
Yes.
So earned value is what? On a cutoff date, I'm checking where I am standing against my planned value. And what is actual cost? Actual cost is to achieve the work of 50K. You have paid more than 50K or less than 50K. For example, in planned value, you made the price of the sofa, let's say 10,000 riyal. That was the planned value. But when you are going to buy that sofa, it could be more than 10,000 or it could be less than 10,000. So actual cost is what you have actually paid for the amount you are planning. So planned value, what you have planned. Earned value, what you have achieved. And actual cost is what you earned from the project. Actual cost you will never share with the customer. You will only share with the customer that based on our planned value, how much work we have done. Based on your earned value, your accounts or finance department will calculate that our profits are being maintained or not. These three variables clear?
Yes.
On the basis of these three variables, we have four formulas to perform earned value analysis. What are the four variables? Cost variance, schedule variance, cost performance index, schedule performance index. To perform earned value analysis, I have four variables, two for variance, two for index, one each is for schedule and one each for the cost. And to play with these four formulas, we have three variables only. When I say so many formulas, it will be difficult to remember, right? So what is the trick? All these formulas, cost variance, schedule variance, cost performance index, schedule performance index, they all will start with earned value. They all will start with earned value. So out of three, I have used one variable, which is earned value. Variance means what? Difference, right? Difference means minus. Index means ratio. Ratio means
Dividing.
divide. Two formulas for variance, two formulas for index. Variance minus and index divide.
Right.
Now, which how many variables I have left? Planned value and actual cost. If you look, it is C. If you look, you are discussing the formula for C. The next variable will be the formula which is having C. Otherwise, it will be the planned value.
V.
If the formula is for cost, you will put cost. Otherwise, you will put the planned value. That's how you can remember in exam easy. Okay.
Yes.
So we have three variables: planned value, earned value, and actual cost. With these three variables, I have four formulas: cost variance, schedule variance, cost performance index, schedule performance index. By default, all the formulas will start with earned value. Variance means minus, index means divide. The other formula on the other side will be based on my first variable, which is cost. So I will use the cost one. Otherwise, I will use the time value. I don't have more choices, so I only have these. So this trick is easy to remember.
Yes.
Yes.
If the result of your variance, if the result of your variance is which color will be better? Green is blue. If the result of my cost variance is positive, that means I am under budget. If the result of my cost variance is negative, it means I am over budget. So Aziz, you are there. If the result of cost variance
Yes.
equals to 0, this means you are
It's on budget.
the result of your variance for schedule is positive. You are at schedule. The result of my schedule variance is negative. I am behind schedule. The result of my schedule variance is 0. It means I am
On the schedule. On schedule.
okay. That's how I will give you ask you to remember it. So this is the thing for the variance. Similarly, I will use another box. If the result of my cost performance index is greater than 1, I am if CPI is less than 1, I am if the CPI equals to 1, then it means
On budget.
the schedule performance index is greater than 1. That means you are ahead schedule. If SPI is less than 1, it means you are behind schedule. SPI is equals to 1. That means you are
On schedule.
this thing is okay. We will control cost, and to control cost we need what? Work
Work
performance
information.
information. On those basis we'll produce what? Forecast.
For
And on the basis of forecast we'll produce the change request. Let's do the forecast. So now you know what is the status of your project. So I will ask you something in very simple English. And what is that very simple English? Which color I should use? Which, black. If I ask you that now, guys, you have learned, tell me how much work is remaining. I need answer from all of you. How you will say in English that how much work is remaining?
Balance.
Okay.
Balance work.
Yes. So what should I write here? The formula.
Okay.
Planned,
Planned minus actual.
planned and actual.
Mr. Aziz, what do you think?
Mm, I don't know actually.
This will be the English, right? How you will find out the
Yes.
remaining work? Remaining work is equals to total work minus
What
what
we
we
What we
have
have done.
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 Remaining work formula is ETC, estimate
Time.
to complete. That how much work is remaining to complete. So we will use formula estimate to complete. And if I will just make it bigger, estimate to complete means well, the total work was what you have just learned. Budget at completion. Total work is what? Budget at completion. And what we have done is what? Earned value. Total work is what? Budget at completion minus what we have achieved is our earned value. So this is the equation to calculate our remaining work. But this equation can be used if I am progressing with initial stage. What is initial stage? Look, if I'm traveling from Dammam to Riyadh, after finishing half of the way, there is a good chance I can get a sandstorm. And once I will meet a sandstorm, I will have two approaches. Maybe this sandstorm will last for 10-15 minutes, and after that, I will jump back to my original speed until the sandstorm is there. I will use what 15 km per hour or 10 km per hour, or maybe I will stop my vehicle. So this equation is valid if I'm going with my initial plan rate. Even after the delays, I will go back to my initial plan rate. If your situation is that your delays are permanent, which means after finishing half of the way, all the time, all the time till Riyadh, you will meet the sandstorm. So you will keep the same equation and you will divide it by your CPI to find out that how we are doing by cost. So based on that, you will use this equation. So if you will jump back to the initial, you will use this equation. If you are going with current, so you will use this equation. For example, if I ask you from Dammam to Riyadh, how much kilometer? 400 km, right? So if you have achieved 200 km, how will you calculate remaining? 400 minus 200. So you will get the answer 200, which means 2 hours are remaining. If I meet a sandstorm for 15 minutes, so now I will not reach Riyadh in 4 hours. I will reach Riyadh in 4 hours, 15 minutes or 20 minutes, right? Because what I will do now, I will not drive with 120. I will drive with 140 or 160 or something, but whatever I will do, I can never reach in now 4 hours. I will reach in 4 hours something plus. So in that condition, I will use with my this formula. If delays are permanent, which means after 200 km, the other 200 km I have to spend in sandstorm. So I cannot drive in 120. I have to drive slow, right? 20, 30, 40, or maximum 50 based on the situation. So now I cannot reach Riyadh in 4 hours. I will reach in 5 hours or 5.5 hours or maybe 6 hours, depending on my speed and the distance availability or the visibility. So we have two equations. If you will continue with the initial rate after delays, or delays are permanent. Clear?
Yes.
Now I have found out the remaining work, which means I can find out how much more money you need to complete the project. So if I ask you how much more money you need to complete the project, what will be your approach to calculate that money?
Budget minus uh,
Mm,
this one actual cost.
Uh, how much?
Remaining.
How much more money you need to complete the project? To find out how much more money you need, what you will do? You will say, I have spent this, right?
Yes.
What we have spent plus amount
Remain.
of remaining work, right? If I convert this
Yes.
formula into the formula language, how much more money you need is called as estimate at completion. EAC. Estimate at equals to how much we have spent as what? Actual cost, and amount of remaining work is what? ETC, right?
Yes.
This equation is valid if you are going with your initial plan rate. If the question says that you will continue with your current rate, so equation will remain same. What you will do, you will divide the budget by CPI. It means you will have the permanent delays. How was it?
It
So
was
first we
good.
will find the work performance information. On those basis, we'll find the ETC and EAC. Now I know how much more money I need, so I already forecast. On those basis, I will produce the change request to claim the contingency reserves or management reserve. Clear?
Okay.
Yes.